Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session on transforming CME with podcasts, videos, and AI. My name is Henry Kovac. I am your CME media specialist for Northeast Georgia Health System. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please put them in the chat, and my trusted assistant will put those questions at the end. We'll have about 5 minutes for a Q&A. So let's dive right in. A little bit of an overview. What we're going to talk about today is our CME video production pipeline at NGHS, how we created high-quality CME video podcasts, how we've improved CME enduring content, CME social media, and lastly, we will also talk about some video production tools that you can utilize in your own productions. A little bit about our video production pipeline. Currently, we are producing 4 video podcast series, CME podcast series, where we have episodes that are being released every month. We also have 2 to 4 long-form 1-hour CME presentations per month. And our video library is on YouTube. We also use social media to drive content, or to drive viewership, to our long-form content. That's very important. Social media has become definitely important to get our message across. We also produce some CME faculty development content as well. And all in all, we're at about 70 videos in various stages of production. So that's a lot of videos that we're managing, all with 1 full-time employee plus 2 interns. Exciting work. Now let's look a little bit about at CME video podcasts. As I mentioned, we have these podcast series. We do robotics, infectious disease, DI, and faculty development. And the goal with these video podcasts is to provide the content in a more digestible way to the viewer, to the clinician. Sometimes is a little bit hard for the clinician to watch a 1-hour CME presentation. Sometimes the presenter is not so good. Sometimes the slides aren't so good, And with these video podcasts, we want to enable the clinicians to consume when they want, however they want. And our podcasts are about 15 to 20 minutes per episode, so they're a little bit shorter. We do provide appropriate credit for that amount of for that length of a presentation. And we do release these every month. Now, what does it take to create these CME video podcasts? 3-camera setup, video lights, audio podcast mics and mixer, and 2 to 3 person crew. We have invested quite a bit in our equipment and our personnel, so that way we can create these high quality video productions, these video podcasts. And we use Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K cameras. And we also have the Blackmagic video mixer, the ATEM video mixer, as you see in the picture on the left, bottom left of that image. So lots of equipment, and that's what it takes to create a very high quality video podcast. Moving forward, we also are recording our CME presentations. We have moved away from Zoom recordings with these CME presentations. During the pandemic, it was very easy and convenient to use Zoom. We still use Zoom currently, but as a backup. And we wanted to raise the production value. So most of our CME presentations happen in our auditorium. And we do have a camera set up for that, an HD camera. We have stage lighting. We also do speaker interviews. So whenever they come in for the 1-hour presentation, we also do a 2 to 3 question interview that we use for social media to drive some traffic to that 1-hour presentation. And this is what our and during recording setup looks like in the back, and that's our intern Matthew over there at the camera. And if you search NGHS continuing medical education on YouTube, this is what you'll find. This is what our videos look like as of right now. We wanted to have the person on the left side, make them a little bit bigger. You know, with Zoom recordings, this person's really small in one corner of the screen. And this way, in this method, we can have the person a little bit bigger and the slide on the right side. If a slide has text that's too small to read for the aspect ratio, we always, you know, while we're recording it live, we switch to the full screen slide so we can read the text better, or the graphs, whatever they have on there. So that's what it looks like at the moment. And again, we do have these interviews that we create for social media. And with this, we have 2 to 3 questions, which gives us 33 reels per presentation, right? So that gives us good content. And as you notice here in this image, we also we flip the camera so that way it's vertical, which is the correct aspect ratio for social media reels. As you scroll on your phone, you know, it's a vertical aspect ratio. So those are the CME enduring recordings that we do here at NGHS. What does it take? So we have a 2-camera setup, of 1 camera for recording the presentation, 1 for recording the interview, lighting, obviously stage lighting, interview lighting, video mixing. We have the video mixer where we mix live. So this saves us a lot of time in post-production, where the video at the end of the presentation, when we hit stop record, it's already been mixed. And all we have to do is put an intro and outro, maybe clean up the audio a little bit, and then post it. So we've been able to move from uploading a CME presentation 1 every 7 to 10 days to uploading it the same day of recording. So same day or next day. And it takes about 1 or 2 person crew to get this done. So not that complicated. Also, for faculty development, the CME team has been tasked with creating a micro video library for faculty development. And we do, you know, live recordings, you know, footage, and also motion graphics. And these are small little videos, how-to videos, instructional videos for internal use. And we use wistia.com for hosting this library. And we use Camtasia for editing motion graphics, these small animation videos. It's a little bit faster with Camtasia because it has pre-built animations, arrows, and highlights, and it helps us be a little bit faster in post-production, and eventually, you know, getting more of these videos done. We also created a CME faculty development podcast. So it seems like everybody is wanting a podcast nowadays. So everybody gets a podcast. This is the setup. It's a similar setup as you've seen up until now for recording podcasts. In this specific image, you see only 2 cameras. The challenge we had here was we only had 1 person for recording the podcast. And so when you have in front of the camera more than, you know, 2 people, so as you can see here, we had 3. We have 4. You need somebody at least at 1 camera, and then 1 person mixing at the video mixer. And so the person at the camera, you know, needs to watch whoever's speaking and move that camera. So, however, we weren't able to have more than 1 person behind the camera. So we had to use a two-camera setup, and then I did the editing. This was, I think it was in post editing. So this one took a little bit longer to produce, but the outcome was pretty high quality. Now let's talk a little bit about social media. What our goal is with social media for CME, continuing medical education, is transform the long form into short form, and then have the short form content feed the long form content, right? So it's a cycle. We want to drive traffic with our social media reels to our long form 1 hour presentations, and for that we create 30 to 60 second reels that point to our long form content. And with that, we've implemented some AI to help us generate more reels. This AI tool is called Opus Clip. And basically you upload the 1 hour presentation, and then it'll spew out, 20 to 30 clips for you to choose from, with subtitles, with captions attached as well. So it does the captions for you. And even though it gives you so much, 20 to 30, really the quality is between 3 to 5, 3 to 6 that are really good clips that you can turn into actual reels that you can upload. But even that, 3 to 6, that's, let's say, the low end. 3 reels for 1 hour presentation, plus another 3 reels. If you remember back a few slides, we had the interviews. We shot 2 to 3 questions. So 3 reels from Opus Clip, 3 reels from the interviews. That's 6 reels per CME presentation. That's quite a lot. And so you multiply that by however many CME presentations you record, then that's when scheduling becomes very important. So we've had to schedule our posts and stagger them, so that way we're able to get all this content out on all the social media channels. And through that, we have about 3 months worth of social media posts already scheduled. We usually do between 2 to 3 reels. We post 2 to 3 reels per week, so that way we can continue to stay relevant in this ever-changing social media landscape. And obviously, with so many videos flying around, we need to stay organized and get organized. Some of the project management tools that I'll recommend would be Microsoft Planner, Trello, Asana. Currently, we use Microsoft Planner. Planner is part of the Office 365 suite of apps. So if your organization has Office 365, then Planner comes free with that. So definitely take advantage of it. And I do like Trello more than Planner. However, the organization uses Microsoft apps, so we're stuck with whatever we have. And as you can see in this image, each one of these cards is a video. So we have various stages of production. And so, all these videos are in different stages. So we need to keep on top of being organized and being able to manage all these videos if you want to produce so many. And that's what we had to do, just because of the volume of content we're producing. And some of the video production tools that we use, this is really good if you want to screenshot this slide. I think this will be very helpful in your own productions. We've talked about project management. Video editing, we use Adobe Premiere Pro is our bread and butter. We're in and out every day with Premiere Pro. That's our video editing software. Frame.io is a review platform. So many videos, so many individuals that need to review them, different directors, different departments. Where did this video need to go? Frame.io helps us manage the review process very efficiently, and it helps us tremendously keep on track with all the comments that are coming in from whoever reviews these videos. We talked about Opus Clip, so we use that as we generate reels. DaVinci Resolve, this is another great video editing software, and it matches really well with if you have Blackmagic hardware, the cameras, the switcher. So we have the Blackmagic cameras, we have the Blackmagic switcher. So for example, when you're recording CME Enduring content, whenever you're recording the video podcasts and you're live switching, you can, at the end, the mixer will generate a DaVinci Resolve project file. So that way you can load it up, and in editing, if you need to do any edits to the cuts, you can do so, and it's already pre-cut for you based on how the director cut live. So a very handy piece of software, video editing software. Microsoft Clipchamp. This is very promising. It's an online video editor, and that's all I gotta say. It's a promising piece of software. It comes free with Office 365. Definitely check out Microsoft Clipchamp if that will work for your workflow. Camtasia, we use that for our low fidelity videos, motion graphics. Adobe Stock for our stock images and footage. Now for music and voiceover, we do use Premium Beat for music. It's a subscription service. I think we get about 60 tracks per year. So it's very convenient for us, and they're excellent music tracks that we can use in our productions. We also use some AI voiceovers for instructional videos, and for that we use Wellsaid Labs. It's another subscription service, and it's very handy whenever you don't have availability, and availability for voiceovers, human voiceovers. Hosting, Wistia.com. We use that for our faculty development micro library, and for our CME library, we use YouTube. Storage and backup, we have terabytes of footage, obviously with so much production, and some cloud options for your Dropbox, OneDrive box. We use OneDrive at the moment. Network attached storage, we use that for offloading for cold storage after about a year. All our footage right now is in the cloud, as we have to coordinate with video editors that are remote, that are on site. And then after a year, we move from the cloud to the network attached storage, all that footage. And then at the end, solid state drives for recording on our cameras. So definitely take advantage of any of these tools that you see that might benefit your productions. All right, and what we talked about is the video production pipeline, some enduring content, video podcasts, social media, and video production tools. And I hope this was informative for you. I'm going to have some links here. If I have my assistant drop some links in the chat, if he's able to, can check out my email. Send me an email if you'd like to stay in touch. And we do have a few more minutes for Q&A. So Ritesh, if you want to send me some questions, we can definitely address them. Question is, one of the challenges we've heard about putting presentations for credit on YouTube is ensuring that ineligible company promotion doesn't inadvertently show up in learner screen. How do you manage that? So that would be a process for, the way we do it is our CME coordinator makes sure that the content that is about to be posted on YouTube is free of any company promotion. and of any commercial support. So that would be for us, we do that before we post it. Well, even before we record it, before the presentation is being presented by the presenter, we have our CME coordinator go through the whole presentation and the slides to make sure it is free of any bias. How have you been able to show that there is a good return on investment for this work? What data are you looking at? So at the moment, what we're still in the process of that. What we can show is our social media metrics and our evaluation matrix whenever the presenter, whenever the clinicians will watch that content. But we're still working on getting more metrics and making sure we have a good ROI on this whole production process. How do you go through the accreditation process for these podcast recordings? This has to be done through your CME coordinator. They have to, so usually with the podcast, we provide about, if it's a 15-20 minute video, we provide 0.25 of CME credit. So they would have to watch 4 episodes to get 1 full CME credit for that presentation. How do you decide the amount of time for credit versus non-credit? Yeah. So we always want to give credit. Otherwise, there's no incentive, right? So always think about how we can, and this is how we've done it with these podcasts, is we split it. So if it's a 1-hour podcast, we record for 1 hour, we split it in 4 episodes, and then we provide, 0.25 credit for each episode. Let's see. At my organization, we started our first CME podcast. We get a good number of views, but not many people are claiming credit. Within the podcast, do you mention claiming CME credits, or do you leave that information in the description? Both. So both mention it in the podcast and also in the description below. And really, if they're not claiming credit, then you have to measure that somehow and see what's going on. Why are the clinicians not claiming credit? Maybe they're not watching the whole video. So it's always good to bombard them with this type of content, not only on internal websites, on social media, on newsletters, everywhere where you can, wherever those clinicians gather. That's where our CME content should be. Hey, you can watch, you don't have to watch a whole hour. You can just watch, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Go ahead, and then go from there. And one more question. Is Opus Clip free? It is not free. It is a subscription service, and you get billed by the hours that you sent. And yeah, that's Opus Clip. Does your institution have the license with Opus Clip or just your department? I think it's just my department. Can you talk more about how you got leadership on board for these things and the investment? So I have a good director that believes in video production, and she's been a tremendous support. And I think if you have a champion, finding a champion for your productions, and also showing the use case, this is the trend. This is where everybody's on. Everybody's on social media. Everybody has a podcast. Let's try it and see what kind of return we have on those productions. So I think we have about 20 seconds left. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all the questions, and looking forward to chatting some more with you if you're interested to keep the conversation going. Send me an email. So thank you so much.